Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Monday, October 14th, 2019. Our solar wind speeds are coming in at 353.7 kilometers per second with a density of 3.0. Looking at our sun today, it is blank. No surprise there. That's 11 days in a row. We are now at 210 days without sunspots, and we still have about 17 days to go in the month of October, plus add on 60, give or take 1 or 2 days for the rest of the year. So we have a very high chance, considering that we are approaching the peak moment of our minimum, we have a very good chance of finishing out 2019 90% of the days without spots at this rate that we're heading into right now. Our KP indices are sitting at a 1 and the 24-hour max is at a 2. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the SDO in motion. And as you guys see, we don't have any coronal holes really. It's some minor coronal holes in the southern part of our star. There is one that is starting to turn Earth facing. That should reach Earth facing Earth within a couple of days, but nothing major to talk about. There is some solar wind streams that we are going to be expecting at some point today from a coronal hole, a very minor one. As you see here at the very beginning of this take here, you'll see it turning away from Earth. There it is right there. That is expected today into tonight. Nothing major, no G1 storms or anything like that, just a little bit of space weather. But as far as that goes, our TCI went up just a little bit over the weekend at 4.40, and today the cosmic ray, the neuron counts, is at 10.1%. That's a 30-day change of 0.3%. Now, if you go to spaceweather.com, they'll show you exactly what the high and the low is on the cosmic rays. And the cosmic rays, guys, if you notice, we just put this in right below the sun here in the middle of your screen. We are going to keep track of the levels just because of how close we are from the record. The record, I believe, is 11.7%. So we are about 1.6% away from tying that record that was set back in 2009. That is the most cosmic ray inundation that our atmosphere has seen just during the time that we've been able to monitor this with this kind of equipment. So we'll keep our eyes on that as well. Let's take a look at your national forecast today, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Thankfully, for once, we are dealing with some very quiet conditions across the United States. We had that snowstorm blitz the northern plains in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota. Finally, that has moved on and out of the area, leaving some colder air behind it. But this is our current radar. Let's go ahead and put it in motion. And again, we do have some storms in the south, some storms and showers off the East Coast, South Carolina, North Carolina, and the Northeast as well. And if you live near Ottawa and Toronto, you guys are experiencing some rain showers as we speak. But really, it's pretty darn dry throughout the most of the United States today. So a break, a well-needed break. There's your watches for the day. A lot of freeze warnings in Michigan, Minnesota, parts of Illinois. Freeze warnings, actually, I should say. That's dense fog in the upper parts of Mississippi and Alabama and western Tennessee. So again, very quiet. We needed a day like this. We have had so much weather to talk about since January 1st of 2019. We are finally starting to see just a tad bit of a break here. Here is our forecasted lows for Tuesday. That's overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. You see most of the country is going to be in the mid-30s to the lower 40s in the top half. And then in the south, this is going to be downright comfortable, 60s and 50s for your lows overnight for you folks down in the south. But the majority of the country in a very cool, crisp fall pattern. Here's the high temperature outlook for today. And again, that heat staying pretty much in the south, the deep south. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, and Oklahoma will be the warmest parts. Can't forget Arizona and parts of California as well. But the rest of the nation today, beautiful fall-like weather out there, guys. Without the lack of storms, 50s and 60s across the Midwest, the Northeast the same. The Northern Plains is the cold spot. Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, you guys are going to see the chilliest weather with daytime highs only reaching the 40s in certain spots as well. Let's take a look at today's forecast. This is what they're expecting. Showers and thunderstorms across the south. Cold front sagging across the Midwest into the Great Lakes. That will continue to push east and south as we move into Tuesday, and more showers and thunderstorms possible for the entire eastern part of the United States, except for the Northeast. Mixed precipitation in Minnesota and North Dakota, and Seattle, Washington. You guys are expecting mixed precip as well for tomorrow. Chance for severe thunderstorms possible in the deep south across Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, South Carolina as well. And then let's take a look at what we're thinking now for Wednesday. Showers and thunderstorms all up and down the East Coast and across the South. And then in the Northwest, once again, we've got another system building in. That cold front also now moving past Ohio by Wednesday. So we will look at mixed precipitation in the Northwest by midweek. Let's take a look at the tropics. Not much to speak of. Excuse me. We have a couple of systems that have like a 10% chance of disturbance here, 10% chance of disturbance there. And this one right here, I need to move over a little bit more, folks. Bear with me so I can see the entire, there we go. Even that's not big enough. Chance for formation is high. In other words, we're looking at, but the motion of this storm, however, to me is, well, I cannot get them to read out on that, Maury. I got to zoom this back out. Good Lord. So here we go. Finally, 50, 80% chance over 5 days, 80% chance over 48 hours. So this is a system that the National Weather Service will watch. With that high of a chance, there is definitely signs of organization happening, but where would this storm move? This late in the year as well. And I can show you some of the water temps right now in the ocean, and right off the coast of Africa where this storm is located, it has a chance of doing something, but for how long? Because we're looking at temperatures here. Get this arrow, my handy dandy arrow out here for you guys. So here's where the system is right now, and there's a chance that this thing is hooking up this way. So we've got immediate cool water here, somewhere in the 20s in the grid here. So this storm may curve up and hit cold water, and that might be the end of it. It could hang in there and just become a tropical depression and affect the UK once again. They have been under a lot of let's just say they've been inundated with some wet weather. Also, following Starman on Twitter, it seems like they've got a little bit of mild weather coming their way for the end of October. So let's hope that that doesn't signal a very, very violent beginning of winter, since they are getting some warmer weather. Here in the U.S., it's totally the opposite of that. We are seeing colder weather moving in as we get closer to the end of the month. And here's a quick look at what the 06Z is thinking right now. We'll get the full report tonight on our live show with the 18Z. Again, quiet weather today. Some snow showers possible again on Tuesday for North Dakota. And then a pretty organized system really gets its act together here in the Great Lakes by Wednesday. Not bringing any snow with it, but lots of moisture that will inundate the Midwest, Northern Great Lakes. And then the Northeast could see a little early to say, but it looks like it has the features of a nor'easter, but this is going to affect mainly more Maine than anyone else in the Northeast. And then after that system moves out, pretty quiet again for Friday, October 18th. A little bit cooler weather though. And then the Northeast starts to spring up some more snow showers. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana into Wyoming, and a very minor weak system in the Gulf trying to bring some showers and storms. But look what happens here on Sunday, October 20th. A low pressure system from the northwest combines with the low pressure system that is bringing moisture in from the Gulf, and lots of moisture to talk about on the 21st of October, which is a Monday, the next Monday. So 7 days from now, we've got a major system that should form according to GFS, and we've seen this a couple times in the model. Look at this. Goodness gracious. And right behind it is a cold front. So we'll take you up to, let's say, Wednesday, and then we'll kind of stop it there because, really after 10 days, this forecast model is just a guess machine. So here we are on Wednesday, October 23rd, and I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. So lots of rain coming on the way. And after that, too, we have colder weather that is expected to arrive for the later part of that week as well. I made a prediction here in the Northeast in New York. We will see some snow on the ground by Halloween trick-or-treat night. So tune in tonight at 9 p.m. for a full report to see if that forecast is actually shaping out the way I thought it would. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this morning. Please tune in tonight at 9 p.m. for a full grand solar minimum news report. Until then, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk soon.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.